Hey, this is Matt once again, and there have been people asking me to do a video on the bootleg Rambo 5 trailer, which was released because it was shown at a festival. I think it was the Cannes Film Festival. I could be wrong. Might have been another festival. And people know I am a Sylvester Stallone fan, and I am a Rambo fan. I mean, if you look on my channel, I have a playlist where I reviewed every single Sylvester Stallone film, and many of them I enjoy, whether it be Cobra, Cliffhanger, Demolition Man, even Oscar, Nighthawks, many of the Rocky films, Daylight, ICU, Get Carter, and yes, the 4 Rambo movies. And I've reviewed the 4 Rambo films. For over a decade, both on this and the previous channel I had, I've been wearing this same cap, which is a Rambo First Blood cap. It's seen a lot of wear and tear and a lot of days. But I wear it because Rambo, my username's Rambo. I love the character. And I thought Rambo 4 ended it perfectly. And sometimes it's okay to end franchises if you have the perfect ending. This is what I think some people, I'm not going to say they don't get it because it's their different opinion, but I just don't understand why people think I'm crazy for thinking this way, that Rambo 4 was a perfect ending. Why was it a perfect ending? It was many years later, like 20 years later since Rambo 3, because Rambo 3 came out actually May 25th, 1988, which was my birthday. I was 5 years old. And 1998 to 2000, 88 to 98, 98 to 2008, there's no Rambo. 20 years later, he comes back. He in his darkest frame of mind since First Blood, and he's out in the middle of nowhere in the most dangerous of country, and he goes through hell and high water and the most violent, gut-spilling rampage that can never be topped. I don't care what anyone says, and the fact that you cannot tell me that the 50 caliber massacre where he's cutting people's heads off, turns someone into paste right in front of them, and mows down like 85 people, and then you can't tell me you can top that. If you can't top it, then no matter what, it's going to be not as good. Because when you get to the top and it's here, then it's not as good. That's just how it is. And also, story-wise, theme-wise, he went home. That was sort of his journey deep down through all these films, is he never went home. Even in the first film, he was a drifter. He was finding his friends, but he didn't go home. And he finally said, you know what, I gotta do the right thing. This woman maybe see things a bit differently because she's helping people in this dangerous country. I want to go home after this arduous, bloody as hell battle. And he goes home. The way First Blood begins, Rambo 4 ends. Even the music, a take on Jerry Goldsmith's score from First Blood. You cannot bookend it any better. There's no other perfect bookend. Sylvester Stallone, who helped take this character through 4 films, he directs Rambo 4. He wasn't even meant to direct it, but fate went in and he did a great job. Yeah, it has some iffy CGI. That's one of the few flaws I'll give it. It's a great finale. You cannot have a better ending. The character goes off in the sunset. Why is that such against the law mentality? Why is that such a bad idea? Why do people get mad at me for not wanting to Rambo 5? And I'm like, oh man, they don't fuck it up. And then people are like, oh, what do you mean, Matt? And I'll get to the trailer in a minute, but I just want to build up my impressions before I even saw the trailer. I'm like, well, you had judgment beforehand. Of course, everyone does. If you hear a title or a plot, you're going to have a prejudgment. I don't care who you are. That's not fair, then I'm not fair. That's fine. Valid argument. That's still what I think of. You ended it perfectly. And based on past experience with franchises being continually fucked in the ass, you want me to go through the list? How about Aliens? Perfect ending. Ripley finds a daughter, the dude finds a mother, you got Hicks and Bishop, Ripley can finally sleep. She doesn't have nightmares anymore. Her and Newt can have a good night's sleep. Perfect ending for Ripley. Nope, we gotta kill everybody because we gotta be cynical and we gotta be depressing because that's reality. Yeah, it's a movie about fucking xenomorphs that bleed acid for blood and you put reality in the mix. I'm sorry, give me a break on that. But it's realistic. It's xenomorphs that spit that bleed acid for blood. Reality went out the window from that. You can end it anyway, and my preference, the ending of Aliens. There's a reason why most people, not all, but most people say the only good ones are the first two. Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. Perfect ending for our heroes of the original Star Trek series. Second star to the right, and straight on till morning. The ship goes on to the star. Beautiful shot, beautiful ending. Then the end credits where everyone writes their name in cursive. They sign it. Perfect ending for our characters. But no, what happens? A, Captain Kirk gets fucked over because he gets killed on a fucking bridge, falling down. And then Spock gets fucked over because he, in the future, goes into an alternate timeline and is stuck on a fucking wannabe Hoth planet and dies of old age alone, without friends, trying to fix a mistake he made. Oh, I miscalculated, or I want to fix this. And the bullshit Jar Jar Abrams Star Trek movies. So they fucked over Spock, in my opinion. So Captain Kirk and Spock both get fucked over. You want to go into the new Star Wars movies, how they handle Han Solo and how they completely destroy Luke Skywalker's character in every single way, shape, and form, make him a hippie loser that runs away to a fucking island to drink titty milk from a fucking alien that loves their titties being milked and loves the juice, that loves the fucking goosh from the hippie guy, from the Mr. Hobo Man, Mr. Krabby Face, played by Mark Hamill. That's not Luke Skywalker. That's Bo Skywalker with a hoe in front of it. How about John Claude Van Damme and Luke Devereaux? Universal Soldier, it ended fine. He regaining his humanity. He even makes a little joke to the reporter. Universal Soldier The Return I enjoy. Just okay, there's a development of the character. He learned to even be more human. And sadly, that's the last Van Damme film where we really saw Van Damme as the old Van Damme. Laughing, joking, animated. But everyone hates that film for some damn reason. No, let's have him be a fucking zombie in regeneration, crying while monkeys on TV are fucking around. And then let's have Day of Reckoning, where there's so much flashes it gives you epilepsy, and rip off Apocalypse Now so Van Damme or a clone of Van Damme or Van Damme, they fucking die. Because he's a bad guy, but he's not really a bad guy. Horseshit. How many more do I have to go into character-wise? How many more, man? Fuck. I mean, what I talked about Star Wars, Star Trek, Alien, Universal Soldier, let alone franchises like A Good Day to Die Hard, which I desperately wanted to like. Hey, I know how people feel about franchises. I was that way with Die Hard 5. That's why I saw it in the theater. I'm blinded. I'm like, hey, it's John McClane. And I'm like, I had to face it. I'm like, this was a bad movie. And this is for a guy that still enjoys Live Free or Die Hard, even though the villain is weak. Timothy Olyphant. I still love the film. Good Day Die Hard Die Hard 5 was not a good movie. And I'm like, you know what? My bad. It's a bad movie. I own up to that. That was the case. I wanted to desperately like that film. let's see, Predator. Predator 1 and 2, the only good ones. Now we get to a fucking dumbass kid who accidentally murders someone in a house, and instead of being scared or frightened or creeped out, he is impressed. So he's like, hey, bullies, want some? You just murdered someone accidentally, and you're instead of being, oh my god, someone died, and this, what? Hey, bullies, get some. Really? And fuck me like an aardvark are the lines of dialogue? We go from, if it bleeds, we could kill it, to fuck me with an aardvark. That's how the Predator franchise got fucked. The Terminator films, the first two are only good ones. You go from a Terminator massacring an entire police station in a gritty, violent, dark movie to this Terminator Genesis where another police station scene where Arnold is smiling in a mud shot while Bad Boys What You Gonna Do is playing. And it's like, how many fucking franchises does it take? Do you want me to get started on Ninja Turtles again, where Michael Bay has a Ninja Turtles movie where the turtles get stuck in the sewer tunnel and Mikey farts on his brother's faces because he had too much pepperoni? Or the sequel, Bebop Rocksteady Hi-Fi, because, oh, look at our dicks, they're so big. And Casey Jones, some shitty guy from Arrow, the TV show, he stops Bebop Rocksteady by himself without any of the turtles' help. They're not even fucking there. They might as well be fucking thin air. Casey Jones stops two behemoths of being Rocksteady by him fucking self, but it takes four turtles to barely stop Krang. And a shitty rehash of the fight in the 2014 film. Does no one even mention that? Casey Jones stops these two by himself without any help, and he actually stops them. These four barely stop Krang, and barely. And they're the title characters. Am I alone here in thinking that's fucking weird and stupid? Sometimes I just fucking wonder, man. I'm not going all off tangent to the topic at hand, but I'm doing that to develop my feelings as to why I'm so pessimistic. I have a reason to be pessimistic. Because we get fucked over so many times in a row, I'm like, you know what? I'm good this time. Of course, I didn't even mention Rocky. Rocky 4, honestly, was the great ending, if you think about it. He has his wife, Paulie, champion of the world. If it ended with Rocky 4, I would have been fine. Rocky 5, I watched the work print. I didn't mind it. I did a review of it. But I'm like, if it didn't exist, I'd be fine because I didn't need him to lose everything and go back to square one. Rocky Balboa, I liked as a movie. Did he have to kill Adrian? No, not really. I know why they did it, but I'm like, okay, that's the way it ends. He fades off, fine. No, you ruin it because you gotta have him get sick and have cancer, and that's the film he's nominated for an Oscar. What did Stallone do in the movie? Well, he puked, he was tired, and he got cancer. What else did he do? Oh, but he does a film like Copland, which is a total transformation, not only physically, but acting-wise, because he's never acted that way before or since. Not even as Rocky did he act like he did as Freddie Heflin in Copland. But he got zilch, nada, and shit. But Creed? He's just playing Rocky Balboa, only he's more bored because he's more tired because he has cancer and he's puking. But I'm the insane one. You too harsh. You know what? Fine. Someone, I think, has to do it. You don't have to agree, and that's fine. As my friend says, that makes the world more interesting. But I'm going to give my opinion anyway. So with this trailer, I looked at the trailer itself. It looks like a direct-to-video film. It does. Hell, the director, I think he did Get the Gringo. I like Get the Gringo with Mel Gibson. Even the trailer for that looked better than the trailer for this. And, I like the trailer Get the Gringo. I saw it and I like Get the Gringo. That looked like it had a bigger budget than this movie. Like, we go from Rambo 4 with cutting, obviously they're not going to show it because it's not a red band trailer, but even the fucking trailer when they had bodies hit the floor, which is an overused song in trailers, because they was using the trailer for Jason X and others, that still got me more hyped. with lines of dialogue a la live for nothing or die for something. This had nothing, had no lines decent or worth of shit to sell me on like Rambo 4 did. Why you compare to Rambo 4? Because that's the last Rambo film we had. That's the film that I think is the last Rambo film because it ended it perfectly. Like I said, he went home. It was full circle. He has PTSD again. He just dealt with that in First Blood. Well, he did that long ago in the first film, First Blood. He already dealt with that in Rambo 4 again. He overcame it. That's why he went home. So now he's a third time going through that? Because he didn't do it in Rambo 2. He's just in prison. He's on a mission. Rambo 3, he didn't do it. Because Troutman gave him a little bit of speech of full circle, but he was still, with the Buddhists, calm, and he went there with his friend. They didn't retread the same ground as First Blood. But this one retreads the same ground as Rambo 4. He's in the same spot, except instead of a jungle, it's a fucking desert that he's living in. Instead of at his shack in the jungle, it's his little ranch in the middle of nowhere. Both times, this like PTSD, survivor's guilt, fuck the world mentality. I thought we were over this. He did that in Rambo 4. You're repeating it again. Once again, it shows that you have no story to tell when the Rambo character is going through the same fucking thing again. Not only once in First Blood, but twice in Rambo 4. First Blood, Rambo 4. This is the third time he's doing that. There's even a scene in the trailer. He's making another fucking knife. He already made a fucking knife in Rambo 4. I'm going to make this knife again, just like I did about, 11 years ago. I just saw him make a knife, and it was a deleted scene in Rambo 3. Okay, but it was a deleted scene. So, Sylvester Stallone, well, it got deleted in Rambo 3, so Sylvester Stallone thought, you know what, it got deleted in Rambo 3, let me put it in Rambo 4. But you don't do it again? Now, maybe he's making the traps, to be fair, because he does have knives. But it's like, I've already seen him building the stuff in Rambo 4. I already have that scene where he's got the sweat and, making the weapon. I already got that. Whether it's a knife or some other type of thing for a trap, that's already the scene we've seen. Another tongue twister. It's just laziness. You're just repeating what we've seen in the past. Even the line about death, it's like a shitty version of the line he had in Rambo 4, which was live for nothing or die for something. Here it's like, death is coming for them. Oh, wow, I've never heard that before in a fucking, like, Punisher movie or something. And that's the thing, this movie might as well called Reno. R-I-N-O. Rambo in name only. This could have been any film, not a Rambo film. It looks like any other film. He cut his hair, and he's not, I'm not thinking he's going to take off the shirt and put a fucking bandana on and go da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But he kind of had that stuff in Rambo 4 and the long hair. That's kind of his look. This look, he looks like he did in Bullet to the Head. This might as well be a sequel to that called Arrow in the Head. If this was called Arrow in the Head, the sequel to Bullet to the Head, I would not have noticed a fucking difference. That's my point. And it looks direct to fucking video, just like Bullet to the Head did. What did you see in the trailer? Because let's be honest, trailers give away the entire film. Let's be honest. Most trailers nowadays do give away the entire fucking film. What do we have? He goes to Mexico. It's Logan meets Taken, which I don't give a fuck about seeing Rambo in that storyline. He makes traps. And I guarantee you most of that action is the finale. You saw most of the finale. He shoots the shotgun, fucks up people with the gas cans. Some people come, and he lit it up, and it gets blown up. He's in the foxholes. He shoots and has some traps there. He makes traps because he can't do it himself. I would rather have Rambo, kill someone with a pitchfork hand to hand. Okay, he makes traps. I'd rather have him do them hand to hand. Like, okay, think of Arnold and Commando when he had that scene. You want to see fucking blood and guts flowing. It'll be rated R, but it's not going to be Rambo 4 blood. I would bet money on it. I don't care what the fuck anyone says. Well, I do care. That's harsh, but I think I get frustrated because I am passionate about this character. I'm passionate about these movies. And then, like, everywhere I go, everyone is praising this trailer, just like people praise the Force Awakens trailers and Last Jedi trailers, and all these trailers, and then the movies come out, and I'm like, then they get the praise. I'm like, just wait a little bit. People don't realize this wasn't that great. But I mean, you have repeating stuff in the past. He has PTSD again. We had that in First Blood. We had that in Rambo 4. This is the third time he's doing it. Really? You can go nowhere else with the character? That's lazy. The whole making a weapon. We saw that in Rambo 4. It looks like this same fucking scene. Him, any lines he has. It sounds like the same lines he had in Rambo 4, only they were done better in Rambo 4, because live for nothing or die for something is catchy. You tell them death is coming. I've heard that in dozens of other fucking films. I never heard of live for nothing or die for something before. The line in the trailer, well, you just judge it from a trailer. Of course, what else am I going to judge it on? A trailer is marketing to get you to see a film. So I'm judging that piece of material. It's like everyone can judge the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer and be awful. I can judge any other fucking trailer in the same aspect. It does look like a direct-to-video film. Oh, well, what direct-to-video films have you seen like this? Oh, I don't know. How PM Entertainment films I've seen with bigger looking budgets and trailers back in the day. Hell, whether it be Ninja, Shadow of a Tear. I mean, other than the one big explosion, which, yeah, there's been direct-to-video films with an explosion. And I don't need a Logan type of movie where Rambo dies at the end. And people are like, well, Rambo's not going to die at the end. You don't know that. Well, you don't know that either. But I have a good feeling, hey, I want to be wrong. That's what people don't understand. I want to be wrong. No, you don't. Yes, I do. You would never admit it. I just admitted that A Good Day to Die Hard I was wrong about. I saw in the theater because I was myself blinded with John McClane. I love the character. I love the 4 Die Hard films. I saw Die Hard 5. I'm like, yeah. I got on Blu-ray. I'm like, this is shitty. Cop Out, same thing, because I love Bruce Willis. This is when I gave a shit about Bruce Willis. Nowadays, he doesn't give a shit. I still like Death Wish, but other than that, he hasn't done much since Death Wish. Before that, what, Red, maybe? Looper, I didn't mind. I thought Looper was okay. I hate saying that because Rian Johnson's a fucking idiot of a director with The Last Jedi. But a good feeling he is going to die. Because when they say, oh, Stallone loves Logan, and we have an ending that's unexpected, and then a trailer that has all this death imagery of him and the skull glossing over his face, and him limping, you see that, I guarantee you that's near the end of the film. The end of the trailer, when he's holding his side, and he has a knife. I would not be surprised if he went out and it's like a fucking Bush Sundance moment where bad guys are there and blah, 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 blah. Maybe that's exactly how it happened, but I would not be surprised if it's not that way. I would be impressed if he lived. I would say that on camera. I'm impressed that he lived. Because, oh, well, they'll make more films. Stallone is in his 70s. It took him 11 years to do Rambo 4. You really think he's going to do another 5 years? He'll be what? What is he, 71, 72? What, he'll be 77, 78? To do a Rambo 6? No. That's why they call it Last Blood. People forget, Stallone he's too old. Which I'll get to that, but I don't need a loading type of ending where he dies. And the reason they want to do it, and Stallone wants to do it, so I blame him, is one, he wants the Oscar nomination. Logan didn't get it, but remember there was all that talk, oh, Oscars for Logan, didn't get it, but Stallone wants the critical praise because he adored that with Creed in Creed 2. I mean, think about it. The last time he came back for a character was Creed. What happened with Creed? He got an Oscar nomination. I don't think he deserved it. I think he deserved it for Copland. I think he deserved it for ICU, based on his other characters he's played. Yes, I think he deserved it for that. For Lockup, not for Creed. But the last film he did, that's what happened. Huge box office hit. Oh, he got cancer. So character in dire straits. He doesn't want to come back for Creed 3, so they'll probably kill off Rocky off screen. Like I assumed. But I'm crazy, you know? It's like when The Force Awakens came out, I'm like, this is awful. And people are like, you can't judge it. They'll fix it in The Last Jedi. Did they fix it in The Last Jedi? Nope. The Predator. You're crazy. The Predator will be awesome. Was it great to have a Power Ranger? That's even an insult to Power Rangers. What the fuck, that Super Armor Ultra Iron Man Jr. rejet that Boyd Holbrook wore at the end of The Predator? Did you expect that? I didn't. Or they don't want trophies. Spinal fluid. Get some fucking Spinal Tap for all you care, man. And no, death is not a great ending to the character. That's a cheap shot. And I don't like cheap shots. That's a lazy way to say, well, a character has to die. How many times has that worked out? Captain Kirk, Luke Skywalker, Ellen Ripley, all those deaths fucking sucked. So no, you don't have to do it. And yes, I know First Blood is a serious movie and I love it, but the films that made Rambo a name was Rambo First Blood Part 2, which was popcorn escapism. I think Stallone has forgotten that. That's why Rambo 2 and 3 are my favorites of the franchise. They're the popcorn escapism. I love everything about those two movies. They're two of my favorites. Rambo 4, I thought was a mix of that holy shit, almost horror film level gore and intensity with a bit of the drama from First Blood. I thought it was a nice combination. Someone said as if it was Canon Film trying to make a an Oscar contender, which was a weird way of putting it, but I got what they were coming from. If Canon Films from back in the day tried to do that type of film. But no, death is not a great ending to the character. I already had a great ending to the character. It's called Rambo 4. It's called Rambo 4. And then, again, how many times do we have to go through this with the shitty new Star Wars and the Predator and Alien, let alone Ninja Turtles, let alone like Ghostbusters, Transformers, RoboCop, any other fucking franchise they obliterate. And I'm sorry, saying, I know people say this, but it looks better than Steve Plan 2, Matt. Is that really where we're at? Is that really where we're at? Where we have to fucking settle for, well, that film that looked like it cost $5 to make and Sly was in it for 10 minutes, and you have this boring-ass Asian dumb fuck as the lead, and Escape Plan 2 and terrible CGI. Well, it looks better than that. Oh, it looks better than dog shit? Stopping My Mom Will Shoot looks better than this movie. Well, now you take it too far. No, I haven't taken it far enough. You're blinded. No, I can see clearly. I got my glasses on. Why do you say Stubborn Mama Will Shoot? Because Stubborn Mama Will Shoot didn't kill off Rambo. It didn't milk a franchise like so many fucking franchises get milked to death, whether it be Terminator. And I did not want that to happen to Rambo, which was my favorite movie franchise. I did not want to be another victim in the milking process. Because I hate to say it, these action heroes cannot get the hint. I love them. I love them. They had their time. But isn't it crazy that Not all, but for a lot of people, the last decent Stallone film was Rambo 2008 or maybe the first Expendables. Not Bullet to the Head. Not Grudge Match. Not Escape Plan 1 or 2 or Bat Trace. Or to me, the last decent Arnold film was The Last Stand 6 years ago. Not Expendables 2 and 3. Not Killing Gunther. We don't need Arnold playing another Terminator. I've seen enough of that. And I don't need Stallone to do another Rambo film. Or I'm going to produce this Cobra TV series. It's not going to star me. Then what the fuck is the point? Do you need the money that badly? Are you in a Nicolas Cage situation where you're just taking paychecks? Didn't you get enough $20 million paychecks back in the day that you have to literally whore your characters out? Well, he has something to say. What does he have to say that he didn't say in the last one? Everything he said in the last one, he's repeating this one. Oh, the memories of the past. Remember Rambo 4 when he had the nightmare and he had all those images of the first three movies put together? Do people forget that? That was memories of PTSD. He got over that. That's why he went home. Nope. So that's negated. That doesn't matter. Because stories don't matter. Characters don't matter. It's another Rambo film. I'm a Rambo fan. But even I know this is unneeded and, in my opinion, unwanted. Looking better than Escape Plan 2. That means nothing to me. The Last Jedi looked better than Escape Plan 2. Last Jedi is the big piece of shit that many people tout it to be. Does that mean you like The Last Jedi because it looked better than Escape Plan 2? No. Escape Plan 2 or Escape Plan 1 even? How about judging on good movies? Not lousy, oh, well, this piece of shit. Well, it's a piece of shit. Compare it to a good movie. Does it stack up with Cliffhanger, Demolition Man? They're trailers. Not even the movie, they're trailers. No. Just based on their trailers of any of the previous Rambo films. No. It feels like Rambo in name only. Like I said, the trailers nowadays, they show most of everything with that mindset. What did you really see? What did you really see? I'm not saying blood. It's not a red band trailer. I'm saying, what did you actually see? Again, folks, most fucking films show the entire movie, and this movie's only coming out in 4 fucking months. To June, July, August, September. Oh, he's trying to do his Unforgiven. I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of Unforgiven. It's okay, but it's not my favorite Clint Eastwood film. It's not even my top 10 favorites. I don't care how many Oscars it got. If I want to watch a movie that got Oscar nominations, I'll watch The Shawshank Redemption. Or plenty of other films. Clint Eastwood, I'd rather watch any of the Dirty Harry films, which I love. All 5 of them. I'd rather watch The Rookie from 1990, High Plains Drifter, The Man with No Name trilogy, Heartbreak Ridge, In the Line of Fire, and many others over Unforgiven. But I think this is Logan meets Taken. And like Logan, oh, he's got to protect, they don't say in the trailer, but the plot synopsis, he's got to protect this girl. Like Logan had to protect the girl. And they're both trying to be somber. I'm like, I got somber in Rambo 4 because villains were throwing kids into fucking fires. How can the bad guys be any more ruthless than the bad guys throwing kids into fires and stabbing kids in the neck? How can you be more gory than a 50 caliber massacre? How can you go from that death and destruction of fire upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger personified in physicality, and go backwards to fucking around and on the ranch. As if, sad to say, it's a film starring Scott Adkins that goes direct to video. And I like Scott Adkins. I love you, Sly, but you're too old. Just retire. You were up there in age with Rambo 4, and that was 11 years ago. I know I'm alone in this, but the praise people give this trailer, it makes me shake my head, and I don't get it. I'm sorry. It's just my personal opinion. I'm a fan of the character. I'm a fan of the franchise. I did not want to see it get destroyed like every other fucking franchise because Sly and others had to be too goddamn greedy because Stallone said, shit, my movies are going direct to video unless it's an established character. What film lately has been the only film that go into theaters? Creed and Creed 2. Before that, what, Expendables 3 that bombed in the U.S.? Oh, it made some money overseas. I don't give a shit. I don't live overseas. Nothing against people who live overseas. But I don't live there. No one in the U.S. gave a fuck. It was bootleg. Fast and Furious movies get bootleg the most. They make billions of dollars. Make a shitload of money in the U.S. Well, it's R-rated. So is Deadpool 1 and 2 and Logan. Hell, John Wick 3 is R-rated, and that made $57 million in opening weekend. Beating out Avengers Endgame. Granted, it was out for 1 or 2 weeks already, but people assume Avengers Endgame would take the #1 spot again for another week. John Wick 3 took it. Pretty sad that Expendables 3 with all these action stars and Keanu Reeves, he has a part 3 and beat it by himself with a little help with Mark Dacascos and Lawrence Fishburne. I saw it coming when I saw Expendables 2. And I'm like, I don't care for this film. I know I'm alone in this. This is a bad sign for the director of the franchise. And people are like, you're going over the top. You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, just like I didn't know what I was talking about with the Predator, the RoboCop remake, the Total Recall remake. Have I been wrong? Sure. Captain America Civil War, I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. I was surprised. That's Pain and Gain. Michael Bay. Hey, I liked it. White House Down. Really? I liked it. People forget that I would love to be proven wrong. I want to be proven wrong. But I have a bad feeling about this, folks. I have a bad feeling that this will be a forgettable, mediocre film with a shitty, lousy, depressing ending, a la Logan. And I don't mind Logan as a movie, but you don't need to rip off Logan. You don't need to rip off Unforgiven. Be a Rambo film. You're called Rambo. Well, what about First Blood? It's a great movie. You don't have to repeat First Blood. You don't have to repeat the other films. I'm not saying you have to repeat the stories. I was just complaining that before about repeating elements of Rambo 4. But other than the title, what about this says Rambo? There's Stallone, and he's got a bow and arrow in one scene. And there's the title. There you go. It's just a Sly, just retire. I know this is your desperate attempt to stay relevant. And I know this is a harsh critique, but sometimes harshness has to be said. If no one's going to say it, I'm going to say it. Sly, I love you, man. I love Cliffhanger to death. I love the 4 Rambo films to death. I love Demolition Man to death. I defend films like ICU. It's flawed, but there's a lot of elements I like. I'll defend Daylight. There's flaws. There's many elements I like, though, and I like Daylight. I like ICU. I'll defend Get Carter. Demolition Man and Cliffhanger, I think, are 2 of the best 90s action films of that decade. I even like some of your comedies like Oster. Rocky 4 fucking love to death. I love Rocky 3, Rocky 2, Rocky, Nighthawk. I mean, I said them all. I have a review. How many people have reviewed every single Sylvester Stallone film? I even reviewed the Italian Stallion. His fucking porn film. Because I'm a Stallone fan, and I'm like, I'm going to watch it and review it. Maybe make people laugh with my review of it. How many people have a playlist on their channel that they reviewed every single Stallone film? From Italian Stallion to Backtrace and Creed 2. I'll tell you one thing. This is the last fucking straw. I'll review it because I know a lot of people will ask my opinion, but I'm not going to give them my money. Because I don't want... And I'll say this. If it's as shitty as I think it is, Sly, this Rambo Last Blood should be called Rambo Last Straw. And I will never see another one of your films again, no matter how many people beg for it. Even for free. Just if you're going to totally fuck up one of my favorite characters like that, fuck you. Well, that's harsh. I mean nothing... Well, I know this sounds redundant now. And, well, not redundant. It sounds useless now. But as a human being, I have nothing personal. But as a creator, as an actor, as a guy who makes these decisions, your planning, your decisions, I'll put it a different way. Fuck your decisions. Maybe not fuck you as a person. Fuck your decisions. How about that? That's honestly the way I want to convey it. And you know me, I don't care about PC. I'm pretty damn un-PC. I get a lot of trouble for it. But Sly, fuck your decisions. These are shitty decisions. You could have made Hunter years and years ago. Oh, he's going to make it. He's going to make it. He's been saying that for like 10 years. He will never make Hunter. He will never make Hunter. Because what, he wants to do that superhero movie because he wants to be relevant. And hey, I get it. But sometimes you got to go out gracefully. Even Clint Eastwood did that. That's why, you know what, in retrospect, I'm glad he didn't do another Dirty Harry. Because if he did Dirty Harry like all these other franchises got fucked up, I don't want to see it. So maybe Clint Eastwood had the right idea. Sad to say, but true. Sean Connery, he retired. He didn't do a James Bond film where he fucking died and did all stupid shit. He's like, I retired from the role gracefully. Maybe not too gracefully because he did Never Say Never Again, but that didn't kill the franchise. It didn't hurt it. It didn't hurt the character. Even though that was unofficial, but that's a different story. I reviewed the James Bond films, all of them. They're on the channel. I'm tired of this crap. Tired of this BS continuing to happen. Every one of the franchises I love gets killed. Ninja Turtles are dead. Alien franchise has been dead forever. Except by Alien Isolation, the game, but that's it. Predator franchise, love Predator 2 to death. Most underrated sequel of all time, in my opinion. That's been dead and buried with the Predator. And I feel sorry for other people. My friend Michael Keane with the Transformers and Superman being a fucking... We're in a dark time. Let's have a symbol of good and hope. Now make them dark and, you know, a fugly piece of shit. Fugly, not personal appearance-wise, but just aesthetic-wise. Should I save them? Maybe not. Good job, Kevin Costner, Dad of the Year. I know I'm alone in this. I just repeated that. I better end it. I'm just repeating myself. But it's long, but you know me. I'm passionate about these things. You just hate everything. No, I'm just picky. You're right. I do hate shit. And there's a lot of shit. You're right. I do hate Well, 98%, 98% of movies are shit. So yeah, I hate shit. I don't eat shit. I don't drink shit. I drink Mellow Yellow. If you want to eat shit, that's fine. In all seriousness, if you like the trailer, teach their own. Please feel free to explain. I'm not going to delete your comment. I'm not going to yell at you. I'll disagree. Well, I gotta read the comment first, to be honest. More than likely, I will disagree. But I'm just tired of this shit, man. Breaking my balls, full of shit syndrome. Just the entire fucking industry and so many actors. Keanu Reeves is like one of the only guys I see who has common fucking sense. Oh. That's why I have a fucking John Wick. You know what? See, I can't even fucking... Right there. And I know you didn't see much, but I don't want to fuck up the thing. But you saw John Wick's face? That's the background of my fucking computer. It's not Rambo, Stallone. It's Keanu Reeves, who's put more work, and I know he's 57 slice, 70 something. But it says that when Keanu Reeves, Ted from Bill and Ted, seems like he's putting more into his action and franchise than Stallone and Schwarzenegger are nowadays. Well, they're too old. Then maybe that's a sign. But even someone said, look at Charles Bronson. He did Death Wish 3 and he was pretty old, and Death Wish 3 is fucking awesome. If you want to do a Rambo film a la Death Wish 3, where Rambo's in the city, kill a lot of motherfuckers, I'll see that movie. Hey, Rambo 4 ended it perfectly, but you want to just send Rambo off into the city fucking people up and Death Wish 3 style, I'll see that movie. Bring back the C4 tipped explosive arrows. Please. Which he'll never do that because that's unrealistic, or that's too silly, or it's too cheesy, or where would he get C4 tipped explosive arrows? I don't know how he got them before. The black fucking market? Anyway. You want to impress me? Have some C4 tipped explosive arrows again. In any movie. If I had millions of dollars and did a Raphael Ninja Turtle film, I would have Raphael get C4 tipped explosive arrows. How do you find it? Back of a truck. Does it make sense? No. Why? Because I said so. He just gets it, grabs it. That'll be my movie, but hey, I'm crazy. I'm insane. I just hate everything. I think there's a YouTuber called I Hate Everything. I should take his fucking mantle, I guess. It says a lot that lately, the stuff I've enjoyed, other than John Wick 3 and Mission Impossible Fallout, has mainly been stuff that's not franchises. Searching with John Cho. The exceptions have been what? Blade Runner 2049, John Wick films, and Mission Impossible Fallout. But, I liked Mandy. I liked Searching with John Cho. Yes, I liked Gravity. I liked... I'm growing, but Kidnap, Bright, bunch of other movies. Says a lot. That has been a ton of franchise movies. Go fucking that I loved. Maybe I thought were okay, but I mean loved. And this trailer was bootleg. So what? I can see everything clearly now. I can see clearly. Keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Well, that looks like a big joint. Yeah, I must have taken that after, before and after seeing this trailer. Because I must have seen a different fucking one than people praising have seen. I know I'm being harsh and I'm going on, but I think I get mad. Really it's not at the people who liked it. It's just, this is going to get the pass. I know it's going to get the pass. Rambo 3 Well, Rambo 3 is shitty for some reason, even though it has excellent action sequences, good scope to it. Rambo being a fucking badass of badasses. But Rambo 3 is bad, but this film would get the pass. Stuff like that, I don't know why, it just drives me up the fucking wall, and I don't know why. I think because I like defending movies that deserve it, and stories can sometimes end. You know, so I do these live streams and they're very good people, but people keep asking me, what should you reboot? What should you remake? What about a sequel to this? How about a movie where this versus this? I'm like, no to all of them because I'm tired of these fucking characters being milked. It's gone past milked. There's dust coming out. And you know what that dust is? The fucking bone, calcium from their bones. To a point that their fucking skin is just melting and just collapsing, and you're still being melted, and it's flat on the fucking ground like a Looney Tunes cartoon when Wile E. Coyote went flat-faced when chasing the Roadrunner. That's how flat they are, and there's nothing left, and you're like The Simpsons, stop, he's already dead. I'm tired of this shit. We'll start watching movies. No, I'm going to watch it for the gems. For the John Wicks, for the Searchings with John Cho, for the Mandys, Kidnaps, Bride with Will Smith, maybe Crawl that's coming out, maybe Gemini Man, which is coming out. And because people, for some reason, actually like me doing videos, so that's humbling too. So anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Sorry it's so long. See you guys later. Bye-bye.